happy Merry Christmas cheer. I want to show you a very, very quick, simple way to build a tree out of some wire. If you want to see the exact color of the tree, go ahead and keep continuing to watch so you can see it off the green screen. Remember, if you need any supplies, go ahead and look below the video in the description. We'll link there to all of our 4mm bicones and our wire. Gather up your supplies and let's get started. Happy holidays, everyone. I want to show you how to do a very, very simple Christmas tree using some wire. And you don't need much practice in beading whatsoever, so this is a great one to do. I'm using 4mm bicones in 3 different green colors, 1 red, and then I have my amethyst AB down here, which is going to serve as my brown. You can use brown too. I have 1 6mm bicone, which is going to be the tree topper there for my star, but you can do absolutely any size and any bead, even if you want to do a metal bead. I'm using 28 gauge wire in the vintage bronze to kind of look like tree branches, and we cut 20 inches of wire. The first thing we're going to do is start at the bottom, and the reason I'm using the 28 gauge wire is because it's nice and easy to fit it through 4mm bicones 2 times. I'm putting on a total of 4 of my amethyst bicones and dropping it down to the center of that wire. So I have 10 inches on one side, 10 inches on the other. With one of the sides, doesn't matter which one, I'm going to sew back through 2 of the beads. So beads 3 and 4, starting with 4, then going through 3 and coming out before 2. And you can see I'm taking the wire looped back through so it sits right on top of one another. That is your tree trunk. From here, we're going to do the middle. Now, if you want your trees to match, they can certainly match. You can do it that they don't match. It's up to you. I'm going to put 2 beads here in the middle in my green color. Just like we did previously, we put the wire through from the right towards the left, and then the opposite wire we're going to put through from the left towards the right. The wire crisscrosses in the middle of the bead, and you just slowly pull from each side. You can do this with thread and needle too if you want, and fold it so that the beads sit right on top of one another. And there you have that. Now I'm going to build out the sides. So the side of my tree, I have one of my olivine, one of my light peridot, one of my emerald on my one side to build my tree a little bit thicker. And on the other side, I'm going to do an olivine. I'm making it match, followed by an emerald, followed by one of my red beads, which is the light cyan color, and letting that drop. So this is now the width of the tree. If you want the tree to not be as wide, you can do a total of 6 beads along the base. 8 beads, 10, so on and so on, will get bigger and bigger. From here, I'm going to do the next row up. So this bottom row of my tree has 8 beads. The next row up is going to have 7. So I'm going to go according to this one here. I'm going to do my red, my darker green, another red feeling festive there, olivine, dark green, and then 2 olivines in a row. Once those 7 beads are on, you're going to let them lay down basically on top of the beads that are already there. So I'm pushing the beads over top so they sit from the right-hand side to the left. And then I'm going to take the wire that's on the left-hand side and go through the beads from the opposite direction. So if you need to, you can kind of wiggle your wire through there. It doesn't want to go because it's not straight. Straighten out that wire. And I'm sewing from an awkward angle so you can see it happening. And usually you can just sew straight through with your wire, put it straight through to the opposite side. If it comes out at all, and it'll do this less and less as it gets shorter and shorter, and we reduce the number of bicones that we're going through, you can simply take it out and then put it through the next one. So here I am almost to the end of those beads. I've got one more to go, so I'm just going to pull that back a little bit, go through that red bead as well. And then, like I said, after this, it gets way easier because you have less and less beads that you're sewing through. Just like we did for those center 2 then, we are going to simply pull the wire from opposite sides. So wires through there now. I'm going to pull one wire from the right to the left and the other from the left to the right, bringing that down towards the base of the tree. This also looks like it could be the bottom of Mario. So if you've got any Mario fans, you could probably make a little Mario tree brother there. All right, from here then, we're gonna go in and we're gonna do the exact same thing, but this time instead of 7 beads, we are going to go into 6 beads. So I go up a row and I'm gonna say, all right, I've got my olivine, then my red, then my green, then a red, then throwing in a light peridot, and then my olive green bead. If you have a nylon jaw pliers, you can also use that to help you keep that wire straight. I like to lay it down next to the previous row and then come in with the other side, pull that wire through there, opposite direction, and pull. Now you're just going to continue up the tree until you have only 1 bead left. So I did 8, 7, 6. Now I'm on my row with 5, then I'll do 4, 3, 2, and 1 back before we put on our 6mm star. Once you get your tree exactly down to 1 bead, you're just going to take these wires, and I left myself plenty of wires. So if you have your 20 inches, you're like, whoa, I had a lot. You can do it with about 12 inches and still be able to hold it and manage it. You can see I just took a 6mm bead off the top, going through both of those strands, going through the same direction. That just tops your little tree there. Then I'm going to go in with my round nose pliers. I bend the wire to the back, over the top, switch from top jaw to bottom jaw, and then take that thin wire and just wrap it around the top 1, 2, and 3 times. Cut down your extra wire there. And then all we have to do is put our little trees on some ear wires. So when you're talking ear wires, I like to have a collection handy. And it doesn't really matter if you go silver, if you go gold with these, because we have the bronze wire. So I'm going to grab 2 out from my container here and go with some silver. And I want to show you the correct way to put your ear wires on. So to put your ear wires on, go ahead and take a pair of needle nose pliers. Open them up by pulling it open to the side. So see how it kind of looks twisted rather than pulled back? You put your tree on, close it up, and bring in the chair, bring in the holly. Your Christmas tree is here. 1 for each side. You could do these also with some really great oranges and blues if you wanted to, going in and making them more festive, look like vintage trees. Do them all one color or even snowy trees in white. Thanks so much for watching these crystal wire Bicone trees. They are really fun to make in different colors, in different varieties for different holidays. You can even do a green and black tree if you want to, and really have fun. Remember, if you do need any supplies, go ahead and look below the video in the description. Also remember, you can change these up from 4mm to 3s or 2s, or even go big and do a 6mm as well. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Subscribe so you don't miss anything, and stay tuned for more inspirational designs.